2014, I know for my team, we're going to be doing a lot about goals, and the reason is because I've become so goal-driven since last year. So a lot of people know about my story, but some don't, so I'll just share really quick. Probably going to cry because Katie's right there and she's part of it. No, but in last January, actually, I fell, which is why we were saying for me not to fall. And I broke my leg, and it wasn't like a break your ankle, put a cast on it, in 6 weeks you're gonna be up and moving around and good. It was like 8 pins, a plate, and 5 months of sitting on my butt. So my business was kind of not my priority. I did a show here and there, and my beautiful Katie drove me to my shows, but again, my business was definitely not my priority. So June, Father's Day weekend, I started driving. It was the best day ever. Not for my family, they were scared. I couldn't drive very far because I had to be comfortable slamming on the brake. But anyways, I really was ready to come back to my business full force. So I set goals. I had goals in mind, I knew what I was gonna do, and I kept them in my head. So come July and August, my business isn't going where I want it to. It's actually not going at all. And I lost 3 people on my team. I had no shows. It was really, really bad. So fast forward to calling Lori and saying, help, please help. And she had me write down my goals. So I sat down and came up with 30 to 50 goals, which she'll torture you all with in a little while. And I have to tell you, when I wrote them down, what a difference. I had like a measurable, attainable goal. And one of my goals was to remain a builder, and my buildership is up in March, and I will be staying a builder. So that is my first goal. My second goal that I came up with was I wanted to walk across the stage at regional rally, and I did. So I came up with what goal I wanted to achieve, and it was Home Show Club. So it's 25 shows in 120 days. It's brutal. And I'm tired, but I did it. So, but I have to say the only way I did it was by writing it down and having it in front of me. And I kept going back to it and reviewing it over and over and over again. And what I have found by writing my goals down and sharing them, I think that's the most important part. You can write them down, you can smack yourself in the face with them every day, but until you share them with somebody, you're not gonna go anywhere. So share them with everybody. Please share them with me if you want to. I'm gonna be goal central this year. So, but I found the more people I told my goals to, my team, Lori, my Premier Mom, anybody that would listen to me, my hostesses. So I found I made my goals that way. And I have to say, and this is where I get a little like, my husband is so much more supportive of me this year than he has been in any other year in my business. And the reason is because I'm more open to sharing it with him. So I haven't left him out of my business like I think I did in the past, where I thought he was maybe not interested in hearing about it. Our goals are all over my house. I have whatever I want plastered so anybody that walks in my door will see them. I share them with everybody, and that's just my biggest piece of advice to you. So when you're thinking about your goals, a couple things that I want you to think about, because I think this is really the important piece of it. All right, so when you're thinking about it, how many of you have a goal? Okay, so you're among the 16% that have a goal but haven't written it down. So how many of you have a goal and you have it written down? Great, you're among the 3% that have a goal, but here's the important part, how many of you review them regularly? That's your big piece. Only 1% of people review their goals on a regular basis, and that 1% makes 9 times more than anybody that has a goal. So this year, I want you guys to really think about those goals, but I want you to write them down, and I want you to share them with anybody that you can and review them all the time. I review mine monthly now so that I can see kind of where I am along the line. And the other thing is, you'll find on your tables, we have a shout out now. So share them and then write down somebody on your team that's made a goal, your sideline, your upline, anybody, so that we can celebrate you guys and shout you guys out during the end of the month. So those are on your table. Carrie's gonna collect them for me later. So fill them up. And if you guys want somebody that, if you don't feel like you have somebody that can listen or celebrate your goals with you, please feel free to reach out to Lori or myself or anybody in the Rockstar, because we will, trust me, I will shout you guys out all the time. I like to talk. So, and Lori's going to tell you about the 30 to 50. Good luck.
Okay. So I talked about this a little bit at Rally too, so if you're sick of hearing me say it, I am apologizing, but it works, and this is like my favorite thing of the whole business. Because honestly, if you don't dream, you're not going to go anywhere. You really have to dream. You have to set your goals. Because honestly, if you don't have a goal, you don't know where you want to go, so you're going to end up nowhere. It's kind of like the harsh reality of it. So to start out, and it is, it's kind of brutal. Okay, I'm just going to forewarn you. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But write down, take some time, and even do it as a family, husband, wife, get your kids involved if you have kids, whatever it is. But get people involved that you want on your ride with you. Write down 30 to 50 goals. It's a lot, because typically we'll start out and we can get like 5, 10 even. 10's kind of hard too. But once you get past those 5 or 10, because those are going to be like the normal things. I want to pay off this. I want to buy this. I want to do this. Once you get down deeper, then you're going to really figure out what you want out of your life. And that's where Premier comes into play.
Keep a notebook by your bed, because when you wake up at 1 a.m., you'll be writing goals down. I was text messaging myself them at 1 o'clock in the morning.
It helps though, because all of a sudden you're like, oh, I do want to do that. And honestly, sky's the limit. Don't let yourself think of yourself as, I can't do that. You can do it. Just write it down on paper and it's there. But 30 to 50, that's your goal, is to set 30 to 50 dreams, goals, and it doesn't have to be Premier related. Please don't let them all be Premier related, because you will probably not get to 50. But there's like 6 or 7 different categories that you want to think about as you're doing it. So think about financial goals, because that's a lot of the reason why we get into Premier is a financial reason. So do write down your financial goals, because those are nice when you can achieve those. Even physical goals. So whether like January is a big time to get healthy and lose weight, put those down if you want to have some physical goals. Family goals. This is where you're going to get your family involved. What do you see for them? What would you like to accomplish for them? Some spiritual goals. Do you want to attend church more? Do you want to start getting more open to your faith, or whatever it might be? Personal development. We always can be working on ourselves in whatever way. So whatever personal development means to you. And this could even just be like having time for yourself. Setting some like alone time and doing something that you enjoy. Social. We always tell our hostesses that it's a good excuse to get their friends together to have a show. Sometimes we need to set a goal for ourselves in order to have friend time some more. Because as women, we're always busy and we never make time for ourselves or our friends typically. So write that down as a goal, that you want to have a girls' night out once a month or whatever it might be. But have these, there's a few different things once you get them. So it's spiritual, financial, personal development, physical, family, and social. So those are all the different aspects of things you should be dreaming about, planning for all of those. And then once you have those written down, this is the next hard part. And I did this so I can tell, it's hard, but it works.
Okay.
Write down a day in your life 5 to 10 years from now. It does not have to be a crazy, blown out of proportion day. Like literally mine was, I'm not going to read it, but I woke up, I went outside for a cup of coffee. Like it wasn't anything like I was walking out into the beach. It was just a normal day. But once you start getting into what that day looks like, you start to connect emotionally. Because that day was a lot different than my days are now. Not hugely different, but think about what you want out of that day and dream big. Okay, have it be realistic. You still have to live this. But 5 to 10 years from now, what do you want to see? Because once you start to envision that, then you can start to live out that dream. But you have to envision it first, and you have to have it written down. So 5 to 10 years from now. And this can change. So if you think, okay, I'm going to write it down, and then it's just like set in stone, it's not. These can be evolving goals and things like that, but you have to start somewhere. When you're doing your goals, make sure they're specific. Make sure they're measurable. So have a time frame on at least some of them. Make sure they're attainable, but don't underestimate what you can do. Make sure they're tangible, and that's where when you're writing out your day 5 to 10 years from now, that's gonna make it more tangible because you'll be able to see it, you'll be able to smell it, you'll be able to touch it. And the biggest thing is make sure they are your goals. Don't have a goal that you think you should have or someone else thinks you should have, because then you're not gonna really be connected to it. Make sure these are your goals that you're excited about, that you're dreaming about, because once you have them, you're like, there's nothing that's gonna set you from achieving that. When you can like literally like taste it and feel it and know what that day is gonna feel like when you're living it, not a cancellation, not whatever it might be, nothing will hold you back from getting back into your business or back on the game to achieve that goal. So that is a big part between the people who achieve their things and the people who don't achieve their goals, is that they have goals and they're written down and they review them. So share them. We have a little guide to help you, because this will be fun. So we made up this little card, I guess you want to call it, on here. So everyone's going to get one and a dry erase marker, so we'll pass those around. But it basically says my goals for the month of, you get to fill in the month right now, January, but I'd probably put February because we're almost in there. Then it says I will hold however many jewelry shows this month. I will book this many jewelry shows this month. I will share the joy of premiere with this many ladies this month. And then a specific goal I want to achieve with my business is, and a specific goal I want to personally achieve is. So again, post it somewhere where you're gonna see it and see it often. So whether that's in your car, in your office, in your date book, in your purse, wherever it is, but review it. Keep this in front of you and have that be a constant reminder of these are the goals that I want to achieve.
Thank you for making these and giving us this.
You're welcome.